Okay, am I audible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome you all, SHGN
Yes,
session.
sir.
Yeah. Welcome you again in the lecture of computer programming. In the last lecture, we have seen the types of functions. Okay. And there are different aspects of function callings. The same part we are continuing here with this lecture. The agenda of today's lecture to understand again what are the types of functions and the different aspects of functions calling, because it is very important. That's why we are spending 3 lectures on this special topic, that is function. So everyone should again focus, concentrate on this lecture, so you will get the whole idea about the concept of the functions, uses of functions, what is the purpose of functions we are using in C programming, where we are using C programming, what are their different types, and how we can identify and utilize the facility provided by the functions in a C programming language, right? Okay, just concentrate. So just recalling that functions and their types, and then we'll focus on this, or like part 2 or part 3 functions. So okay, function declaration, mute everyone. Function declaration, the function must be declared globally in C program to tell the compiler about the function name, function parameters, and the return types. And we have discussed and we have spent it so many times. Just we fast recall this and then we'll move forward. Function declaration means the function with the proper syntax. We know that function declaration. And what is the difference between function declaration and definition? The functions without body, we called it as function declaration. And then function definitions
With
we
body.
called when that functions is having their body. Body means nothing but processing logic is there, right? So function call can be formed anywhere. We can call any function from anywhere in the program. The parameter list must not be differ in the function calling and function declarations. Okay, we know the difference between parameter list and function calling time, those value we are providing to the functions. So that kind of things we understand and recalling it. Just concentrate. So with the help of the syntax, you can easily identify the function declaration and then function call. So with the help of first row, you can see that what is function declaration. It's proper syntax. You can see on your screen the return type, function name, and argument list. So I hope everyone is familiar with these 3 terms, like return type is what, function name is what, and argument list, because we have spent so many time on that, right? So the function call, we can call function by using their function name. So it is like this is the syntax for function calling. If I want to call add a function, then we need to use that function name as add, and then argument list. Argument list means during the function declaration, if you have used 2 integer type of variables, or we called it as a parameters or arguments. So that integer type of parameters or that integer type of argument list we have to provide while during the function calling, and these kind of things we will understand again with the help of examples. Okay, then last 3 rows, third rows, you can see that function definition. Guys, function definitions, you can easily compare line number 1 and line number 3. The difference is that if you talk about the function definition, then function body is there. Function body means some kind of processing logic we are going to implement it in that functions. So if you found such a kind of functions in any program, then we easily know that that function has been defined here, means that functions has been implemented. So instead of function declaration, function definitions, so function declaration is okay. You can call function definition. Instead of function definition, you can call function implementation. Implementation means some kind of processing logic you have implemented in these functions. So this kind of things we already seen in last lectures. So I'm just recalling it, just concentrate. Okay. So there are 2 types of functions you can find in any programming language. These are library functions and user defined functions, right? Library functions means, yes, anyone?
Inbuilt
Library
functions.
functions are functions which are
System
given by
defined.
the compiler.
Yeah.
Compiler.
Okay. Library functions are nothing but the system defined functions, or C header files defined functions, or compiler defined functions. Means simply you just remember library functions are nothing but predefined functions. Now, for example, you can see scanf, printf we are regularly using. Printf is having their own functionality. Scanf is also having their own functionality. So gets, puts, sale, floor. So these kind of functions, you can see these kind of functions having their own functionality, and it is a predefined functions. Whereas user defined functions means the functions which are created by C programmer, means by your side, like addition, subtraction, multiplication. Yes, mute, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, or any like average calculations or area of circle. So these kind of functions we can declare by our own choice, means by the programmer choice. So these kind of functions we called it as user defined functions. So we have spent it so many times on return value. So what is return type? Return type, if there is not any like value returning to the function, so in that case we use which kind of return type?
Void.
Void. Void.
Right.
Void. Void.
Good. Okay.
Void.
Yes. Void return type is nothing but your
Void. Empty return type.
empty return type.
Empty return type.
Yeah, good. Okay. Concentrate. So if your functions returning any particular type of value, so in that case we need to identify that value. What type of value is that? And on the basis of that value, we need to provide such a type of return type to the functions. As you can see on your screen, here my function returning 10 value. So it is clear that that 10 is an integer type of value. So because of that reason, we have provided here int as a return type to the get functions. You can see on your screen. So in our examples, we have to run 10 as a value, so that return type is int. If you want to return a floating point value, for example, 10.2, 3.1, 54.5, etc., you need to use, yes, mute. You need to use float as a return type of the method or the functions. So clear, guys? Yeah. Okay. So this is our second part of functions, that is the different aspects of functions calling. Guys, concentrately focus here. Once you understand this four part, then near about 30 to 40% C programming you covered. Okay, so concentrate here. One second, guys, hold on. Adil sir. अरे यार मेरा मीटिंग किधर गया? हाँ, okay. Guys, hold on. हाँ, okay. Is it audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, okay. ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
Okay, concentrate. A function may or may not accept any argument, or it may or may not return any value. Based on these facts or these aspects, there are four different aspects of function calling. or function calls. We call that function without arguments and without return value, function without arguments and with return value, function with arguments and without return value, and the last one, function with arguments and with return value. Okay, so with the help of examples we can cover these whole things, so we can finish the concept of, with the help of this lecture we can finish the concept of functions in C programming language. Okay, just concentrate. So as you can see on your screen, here is the function. That function name is, actually guys we have already spent time on that, but I'm recalling it because we need to compare these all four types with each other. Okay, you can see here example 4, example for function without arguments and without return value. Okay, so here you can see that without arguments or without return value we can use the function in C programming language. As you can see on your screen, here we have the program. That program, the intention of that program to print some kind of a message. Okay, so simple printf statement we are using here. Just concentrate. So for that we have used one function. That function name is print name. You can see line number 2 on your screen. हाँ ठीक है ना, आताच बनवतो ना, लेक्चर संपलं की बनवून टाकतो. नाही हे बनवली सर मी, बनवली. Okay, so here you can see one header file, and below that header files we have one function name, that is print name, right? So print name is a simple functions we have declare here. Declare, I'm using the word declare because we haven't provided any body to that functions. Okay, so with the help of main functions, remember always C programs start with main functions. So first your execution part will always start with the main function. So main function will execute. Your enter will enter into that main functions with the help of open and close curly brace. So you can see printf, one message is there, hello. Okay, so this is a simple printf statement will execute hello, and then control will switch to print name. Okay, so just concentrate here. We called it as function calling. Okay, we called it as function calling here. Function declaration, right? Function declaration, function calling, and here we can see that we can say that function, yes, function definition, function definition, right? So these three part you can see here on your
Excuse
screen.
me, sir.
Yeah, yes.
Sir, can you speak little louder?
Yeah, actually I'm speaking so much louder right now. Is that okay?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir, it is okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, fine. So you can see here with the help of these three comment part, you can see function declaration, function calling, and function definitions. Okay, just compare these three difference and the definitions. So here, once your main function has been executed, that time the control will switch inside that main functions, and then printf statement will execute, and it returns as an output as a hello. But before terminating or before going control outside the program, the cursor control switch to print name functions, because that time we calling that print name functions. So then cursor will switch to line number 2, void print name. So that time that compiler finding out whether the function is implemented, means whether the function is defined or not. Yes, we have defined the functions. So below that you can see that void print name, that function definitions. So here we can see printf ssgmc, and your output is hello ssgmc. Okay, hold on guys, just hold on. Okay guys, with the help of examples we will see, just concentrate. So you can see on your screen simple program for function calling. Okay, just concentrate here. As you can see on your screen, you can see that line number 3 here is a simple function name. Okay, then okay, hold on, here extra program we have write it here. The line main function will be execute, and then printf statement will execute, like hello message will be there. Then we are calling here that particular functions. Okay, then the functions we have defined here. Okay, we call it as a function, user defined function. The defined functions, or we called as declaration. Okay, declarations. Okay, and here we are here we are we called it as function
Definition.
definitions. Okay, chalo,
Declaration.
fine. So I think everyone is familiar because I'm continuously hammering this to your mind, like function declaration, definition, calling. Okay, with the help of this simple example. Okay, the point is to remember, Padil sir, thoda sa. The point is to remember that here we are understanding the concept of the function without arguments and without return value, right? So you can see with the help of this example, here we are implementing this program without any parameters and without any returns value. Yes, mute everyone, mute. Okay, is it visible clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
so if with the help of these examples, you can easily identify we are calling mute, guys. With the help of this example, you can easily identify we are calling the functions without parameters and without any return value. So we are using here return type as a void. It means that that particular function does not carrying any value. Okay, just run these applications. You can see output on your screen. Okay, now we'll compare this output with these examples. Concentrate here. You can see here output as a hello. Okay, so the first statement will be executed in program. Okay, as you can see, then we are calling particular function. That function name is printname. So control will switch to from line number 8 to line number 3, and then compiler will find out whether the print name function has been implemented, means has been defined or not. Yes, at line number 10 we have defined that print name function, as you can see. Okay, and that print name function is having a body, and inside that body one function, that function is printf. And that printf statement, we know that the by default property of printf statement, whatever the things we have declared inside the double quotations, so it will be display as it is. So if you run this program again, you can see that hello and ssgmc. So these two messages we are getting as an output from this program, hello and ssgmc. So this is nothing but program, a sample program for understanding the functions without arguments, without return value. Okay, for understanding it more better, we can use another one simple example. Just concentrate here. We are going to calculate the addition of two numbers without any arguments, means without any parameters and without any return value. Yes, you can see on your screen. Yeah, for line number 1, we have used here one header file. Okay, line number 3, you can see one functions we have declared, that is sum. Okay, your program will start with main functions. Your control will switch to main functions, line number 6 to line in between line number 6 and line number 9. Okay, line number 7, that particular type of function we can find over there, that is a printf. And we know that by default property of printf statement, to execute the statement as it is, those statement we have declared inside the double quotations. You can see in a pink color that going to calculate the sum of two numbers. So this particular message you can see on your output console as it is. So below that line number 8, just focus over there. So that time we are calling that functions. So what is the syntax for function calling? function name and argument list. But here we haven't provided any arguments. Because of that, we use that functions as a empty functions. Okay, you can see line number 8, sum. So the control will switch to that line number 8 and then finding out whether the function is available. Yes, it is available. Then control will switch to line number 3, finding out yes, some functions is present, but have we declared that, have we defined that functions, or have you like implemented that functions? If it is implemented, then control will switch to, you can see line number 10. Okay, inside that line number 10, from line number 11 to line number 16, you can see on your screen, in between that line number 11, line number 16, some kind of logic, some kind of coding you can find. That coding we called it as processing logic. Okay, that coding we called it as processing logic. Processing logic means you are performing some kind of operation inside that. Okay, so here you can see integer a and integer b, right? Integer a and b, these are which type of variables? These are local type of variable. Why local type of variable? We are calling it as a local variable because these variables we have declare inside the functions.
In the scope.
So, yeah, and the scope of local variable within the functions only. Okay, so here we are performing some operations like addition. You can see printf enter any two numbers. So this message will be displayed as it is, and we are reading that value with the help of %d and %a, and then the sum can be performed. Okay, so with the help of execution process, you can easily understand this program. Again, just concentrate. All right. Okay, going to calculate sum of two numbers. So here we are providing two values, means first value will be stored into a and the second value will be stored into b. So first value 5, okay, and then second value like suppose 2. So 5 plus 2, the result should be 7. You can see the sum is 7. So you can see we have performed addition of two numbers without parameters, right, and without return value. So this kind of things you can understand with the help of this example. I hope you understand. Is there any question on that? Yes.
Sir, I have one doubt.
Yeah. Yes.
What if we can straightly do the printf and initializing the two characters and then giving the output by scanf and getting value by return 0. So what the need of this void sum and function calling function declaration?
Not getting. What you said?
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible. Just I'm not getting your question.
Sir, what's the need of the function declaration two times void sum if we can do by directly by printf statement and along with the giving two values a and b and straightly uh, again printing the statement a plus b and after that giving output value as return 0.
Listen, guys, you can do with that same thing. Okay, you can do that. But here, point to understand the four parameters, the four aspects of function calling. So these are the possibilities that we can use. That is my intention in front of you. You can execute, as you said, that you can execute the same functions. I can perform the addition without any functions. Also, I can perform is in first or second lectures. Yeah, right. Getting in the first or second lectures, we have performed the addition of two numbers without any functions. But here, my intention in front of you to say that without argument list and without return type, we need to perform one operations. So these kind of operations we can perform with the help of this example. So you can do that the same things. Okay, but the requirement is that we need to prove that concept without argument list and without return type. So this is not for a specific student. This is for all the student. Okay, sometimes somewhere you can find out.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sometimes somewhere find out this kind of requirement you will face. So that time you need to take the help of this kind of like programming skill. Getting? So that is my intention.
Okay,
you can
sir.
do the same things with the with your intention, but requirements are different or different location at different time. Getting? Okay. In this program, do you have any questions or any student is having any questions? So this kind of line I'm not getting, or this kind of program problems.
No, sir. No, sir.
Yeah. Everyone? Okay, fine. If you have question, you can disturb and you can ask the question. Don't worry. Okay. So the next point
Yes,
is,
sir.
yeah. Okay. So the next point is, you can see that functions without arguments and without return value, the same. I will share that complete presentation today with your group. Okay. Don't worry. So the next is function without. You can see on your screen function without arguments with return value. Functions without arguments with return value. Here the same program we are using, addition of two numbers. Same program we are using here. You can see we have used one function. That function name is the sum. But at the front of that function sum, you can see one return type is there. That return type is integer. Okay. So you can see that your program always start with the main functions. We have used one variable. That variable name is result. Integer result. Okay. Result is my variable name. Don't worry. Okay. So which type of variable is that? Which type of variable is that?
Local
Yes.
variable.
Local variable.
Local area.
Local.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Good.
Variable.
Okay. So the control, after understanding that variable name, the control will switch to a printf function. That printf functions will print the message as you can see on your screen, going to calculate sum of two numbers. Okay. Then results equals to sum. So sum is my functions, and then printf %d result. Okay. So here the same program addition of two numbers we can perform with this way. That is my intention to represent in front of you. Just concentrate. So results equals to, result is one kind of a variable. You can see result is one kind of variable. We know the definition of variable or properties of variable. We know that variable are used to store the value. So whatever the sum has been generated with the help of some function, so that functions or that sum will be stored into the variable. That variable is a result. Okay. So you can see, and for that we use one %d to store or provide the memories location to the variable result. Okay. So then the here we have function. Here we have function. Function implementation, or we can say it is definition.
Definition.
Right. Function implementation, or we can say it is function definitions. Here we called it as function calling. Okay.
Calling.
Yeah, good. Here you can see function calling. So you can see that when we define the function, so control will switch to that inside that function, as you can see on your screen. And the same operations you can find out. %d means accepting two values a and b. Here again same local variable you can see here. Okay. Here the same local variable you can see on your screen. So a and b having a two values, whatever the values that you are going to provide during the compilation process, that will perform as addition and returning a plus b. Okay. So return a plus b means whatever the results has been generated with the help of a plus b, means for 10 and 20, that results store to the particular function sum, but sum does not storing any value, so that we have used one variable, that is the result, and result will store the sum, and you will get the output. Okay. With the help of program you can see that. Just concentrate here. So with the help of program you can easily understand the execution of this kind of a program. Okay. Concentrate. Here we have the same program. Okay. We called it as function declaration. Okay, hold on. कौन सा प्रोग्राम ओपन किया? नहीं, कौन सा है वो प्रोग्राम? ओके, ये है. सॉरी, हाँ ये है. Okay, we called it as a function declaration. Okay, concentrate karo guys. Then function calling. Okay, here we called it as local variable. Okay, then these are also local variables. Okay, so int result is a local variable. So here we are calling the function by using the same function name. Okay, and line number 12 to line number 18 we have implemented, means we called it as function definition, or we also called it as function implementation. Definition, or also we called it as function implementation. As you can see on your screen, the same program. Okay, now tracing we will see and we'll move forward. Okay, concentrate. Here we wanted to perform addition of two numbers without parameter but with return value. Without parameter but with return value. Just hold on guys. Okay, is it visible guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
ओके, थोड़ा फास्ट हो रहा है मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है, नहीं ना?
नहीं sir.
नहीं, ओके,
No
गुड,
sir.
थैंक यू, थैंक यू. ओके, जस्ट कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन दिस एग्जांपल. यू कैन सी दैट हियर लाइन टू लाइन चेक करते हैं. हाँ, लाइन टू लाइन जब आप कॉन्सेंट्रेट करोगे तो आपको समझ में आ जाएंगे कि प्रोग्राम कहाँ से कहाँ फ्लो हो रहा है. ठीक है ना? जस्ट कॉन्सेंट्रेट करो प्रोग्राम के ऊपर. ओके, लाइन नंबर 3 we have one function, that function name is sum. Okay, forget return type right now. Okay, we wanted to perform some operation, addition operation. For that we have used one function, that function name is sum. My program will start with line number 5. Okay, my compiler will work from line number 5. My program will execute from main functions. Okay, so you can see that then the control will switch inside that main functions, means main functions has been implemented from line number 6 to line number 13. You can see some processing logic over there, right? Okay, so to perform the additions, to store the results of addition, to perform the result or to store the result of sum, we use one variable. That variable name is result. Guys, depends on your requirement, depends on your logic, you can implement any program in multiple ways. So same program you can find out the addition of two numbers in a simple way, without return value, without argument list. The same program you can find here. Okay, that is the function without arguments with return value. Okay, for that the same logic or same addition of two numbers you can find, but in a representation in a different way. Okay, so for that we use one variable. That variable name is result. We know the what is variable. Variable are used to store the values. It is a named memory locations, means that result is one my variable name which store the value or nothing but returning the memory address of that value, right? So named memory location. So integer results. Okay, then the line number 8 will be execute printf statement, and the message will print like going to calculate addition of two numbers. So this kind of message will be execute and print as it is on your screen. Okay, then line number 10 you can see how मी कॉल करतो ना. हाँ, okay, then line number 10 you can see result. So whatever the results is being generated with the two numbers can be stored in the variable result by using the function name. You can see sum, here is my function. So when we call the sum functions, that particular result will the result will be stored into the result variable. Okay. So here for that storing the result, we use %d, because whatever the value has been, we are going to store into the results, we need to provide memory location. So we use here that printf statement for that. Okay, to writing that memory location. So here you can see line number 15. Here we have implemented that function. That function name is sum. We have implemented, or we called it as we have defined that function. Okay, so inside that we are providing some processing logic from line number 18 to line number 17 to line number 22. You can see that integer a and b both are local variables. Okay, and that local variables performing addition a plus b, okay, with the help of scanf statement %d and ampersand. So providing the memory location to that variable a and b. And line number 21 is important to understand. Here we called it as return value. Return value. Okay, so you are expecting like that value should be like 10, 15 or integer type of value. So because of that, we use here line number 3. Focus, line number 3. We use here return type as an integer. Okay, just concentrate. We will execute this application. What happening here? Cannot open output file, exists permission denied, called error ID status. Okay. Okay, hold on. What is happening here? Cannot open output file.exe, permission denied. What is happening here? I'm not getting this kind of error. प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट होना चाहिए, क्यों नहीं हो रहा?
सर रिटर्न 0 करे तो?
नहीं, रिटर्न 0 नहीं, रिटर्न a प्लस b ही आना चाहिए. या ओके, ये ऐसा प्रेशर आएगा गाइस जब आप प्रोग्रामिंग करने बैठोगे, तब आपके दिमाग पे ये प्रेशर आएगा. बस जिसके पास पेशेंस है ना इसको थोड़ा सा हैंडल करने का, वही प्रोग्रामिंग में टिक पाएंगे. अदर अरे यार क्या प्रॉब्लम दे रहा है यार, ठीक है जाने दे, बाद में करता, अभी मैं थोड़ा सा थक गया हूँ, थोड़ा सा समझ में नहीं आ रहा. नहीं, वी हैव टू परफॉर्म सम एफर्ट्स, राइट? सो एफर्ट्स करोगे तब आपको पता चलेगा. ओके, जस्ट कॉन्सेंट्रेट the line number. Now during the execution you can see that line number 13, focus, line number 13, one message is there, and line number 6. So these two lines will be executed first. Okay, line number 6 going to calculate the sum of two numbers, and then the compiler will ask you enter any two numbers. Okay, here we are entering two numbers. Which kind of numbers we are, which kind of data we are providing here? Yes, anyone?
Integer.
Yeah,
Integer type.
good.
Integer type.
So the first value is 8.
Integer
Second
type.
value like 2. So addition must be 10. So you can see the result 10 on your screen. Just concentrate, इसको और अच्छे से दिखेगा आपको. Slash n add करता इसमें. Result, please, computer G.
दहा.
कुछ नहीं आता. Slash n, you know, this became problem. Okay.
Hello, sir. You are not audible, sir.
या मैं कुछ बोलूंगा ही नहीं तो ऑडिबल कैसे रहूंगा. Okay, enter two numbers here. First number 5, second number 5, and the result is 10. So here, guys, you can compare the same second statement. That second statement is function without arguments with return value. So with the help of this example, you can see that here my function is sum without arguments, without any providing any arguments like integer x, integer y. We haven't provided any these kind of parameters here without any arguments. Okay, we haven't provided any arguments over there, you can see. So without arguments, right? So without arguments, we have to declare one function, right? And returning one some kind of value. That value is integer. What happened, guys? Suppose same application if you execute, okay, just concentrate and providing value here like D and 10. Now we wanted to perform addition D and 10. So the result you can see that the result D is equals to is that possible? So that kind of value can be identified? No, that kind of value cannot be identified. So during the calling the functions, we need to provide those type of return type, those results we have generated. So a plus b generating the results like integer value. So because of that, we are providing here integer as a return type. Clear? Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Any question?
Yes, sir.
Sir, why we not? Sir, why we not return 0?
Here return 0. Here. So here we are implementing the logic of addition. Because our function is returning some kind of values. We are performing operation a plus b.
If there is no value, then we use return
If
0.
there is good, if there is not any value, if there is not any kind of operations, if there is not any kind of result, so in that case we are using the return 0, but
Zero.
still we have to provide return type as an integer. We cannot provide return type as a like we cannot make it as an empty. Getting? Because 0 is one kind of a value, 0 to 9 supported by integer data type. Is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, we cannot
sir.
provide
Yes, sir.
return as a 0, right? If my functions generating some kind of result, so on basis of that we have to provide any kind of some kind of return type. That return type depends on the result. So here a plus b means 5 plus 10, like 15. 15 is an integer value. Because of that, line number 2, I am providing here return type as an integer. Is that clear, guys? Is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay, so these two formats or these two aspects we have already seen in last lecture, but I'm again recall it. Okay, so now the next one is function with arguments and without return value, with arguments and without return value. To understand this, just concentrate. You can see on your screen the same functions, same program. Here intention, we wanted to execute one program. That program carry argument list without any return type value. So you can see here we have one functions. Now you just answer me, what is the function name?
Average.
Average.
Average. How many parameters?
Average.
Okay, how many parameters are there?
Five.
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 Five parameters.
What is the return type?
Five. Void. Void.
Void.
Okay, what does it mean?
Void.
What does it means?
Hmm?
Void means
No return
Does
value.
not
not
give
doesn't-
No
value.
empty.
Okay. Okay. Mute
Empty return
everyone.
value.
Yeah, good. Mute everyone. My program will execute with main functions. So here, how many parameters are there? 5 parameters. Means we need to create or we need to declare 5 variables. As you can see on your screen here, we called it as parameterize functions. Okay. Parameterize function. Okay. How many parameters are there? 5 parameters are there. Okay. For that we have used 5 local variables. Okay. We call it as local variable. Why we called it as local variable? Because these variables
Inside the function. Inside the function.
Because they are declared inside the function.
good. Function calling here, function definition or function implementation. Function implementations. Just hold on. Yeah, just hold on, guys. Okay, guys. समटाइम्स एक दिन में बहुत सारे काम आपके पीछे लग जाते हैं. Okay, concentrate. You can see same program. I can share that. I will share that complete PPT with you today. Just concentrate. Here our intention to prepare the program to is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So here we are going to calculate average of 5 numbers. Average of 5 numbers. So for that, if you are going to calculate average of 5 numbers or 5 subjects, so we know that we need 5 variables to store the number, that particular type of value, that particular 5 numbers. Okay. For that we have used 5 parameters: void, average, integer, 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 integer. These 5 parameters here there means we are going to store some 5 values. So inside your main functions you can see we have 5 variables. That variables are nothing but a, b, c, d and e. Means integer a, integer b, integer c, integer d and integer e. And these variables we called it as a local variable. Why? Because these variables are declared inside the functions. Okay. So your program will execute that accepting, reading, scanf, printf statement. We know that reading and writing functions here there. And here you can see that average function calling. We are calling average a, b, c, d, e. Okay. And here line number. Okay. The last line, function definition or function implementation. Here we are providing some implementation logic, average. Okay. With the help of examples, we will understand it more clearly. Just concentrate here. Okay. Average.
Sir, your voice are not.
Okay. Now is it okay?
Sir, your
सर
voice is clear.
आपके
Clear है,
ओके
sir.
सर उसकी
आप थोड़ा सा क्लियर हो जाओ, आप थोड़ा नेटवर्क में आ जाओ बेटा, आप नेटवर्क में आ जाओ, ठीक है। Okay, with help of this program you can see that function declaration, local variable, here function calling, here बोलो
Function definition.
Definition.
function definition.
ओके
Sir, definition.
आप बोलोगे सर बार बार लोकल वेरिएबल ये सारी चीजें ये इसलिए करना पड़ता है कि वो आपके दिमाग में ऐसा हिट हो जाए और आपके लाइफ लॉन्ग ध्यान में रहे। ओके, concentrate. Okay, you can see. Okay, line number 3, your main function will execute. So before that, line number 2, you can see one average function is there. Average function is having some 5 parameters. That is, what type of parameters are there? Integer type of parameters. Okay, so because of that 5 parameters, we have declare 5 variables here, a, b, c, d, e, and we called it as a local variable because these variables are declared inside the functions. Okay, so printf statement, scanf statement, we know that both the statement doing their own work like reading and writing the values. Means scanf statement providing the location to that variables, those value we are going to store inside that variables. Okay, here line number 11 you can see. With line number 11, here we are calling the functions. Which function we are calling? We are calling average function. So from that line, the control will switch to average functions and finding out whether it is parameter. Yes, it is parameter. How many parameter? Like 5 parameters are there. Means how many value we have to provide? Different value of 5 types. Different value means 5 times we have to provide. But which types of value we have to provide? We have to provide integer type of value. Okay, so line number 13, concentrate. You can see here the function definitions, means we have implemented that function, and inside that function you can see some processing logic we have implemented from line number 14 to line number 18. You can see float, avg, average, what is average, and that process. So here you can see line number 15, a, b, c, d. We know the formula, we know the process of calculating the average, means sum of particular quantity. Okay, if there are 5 numbers, then sum of that 5 numbers divided by number of quantity, means how many numbers here? 5 numbers. If you wanted to perform the average, means we have to first add that that particular quantity of number and then divide that number with the help of number of quantities. So you all know that to calculate the average. So here to store the results, to store the average, we have used again here variable It is a local variable. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Pritam Gotre.
Ah, yes, sir.
Yeah, sir. Uh, student asked me to join this session. Can
Yeah,
we?
yeah, yeah.
Can we?
Student can join, sir. Student can join. Just wait for 10 minutes. We can. I will allot one specific time to you. So
Because
after 10
student
minutes.
having the exam at 2 p.m. today. That's the
Okay,
reason.
just 10 minutes, sir. Within 10 minutes, it will be
Okay,
finished.
okay, sir.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
After
okay.
10 minutes, I will be joining. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, yeah. You can also join, or student can also join, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Local variables to store. Okay. Okay, you can see. So here we are calculating average here, dividing by 5 numbers, and the result will be stored into AVG. Because of that, to store the result of average, we use here one variable. That variable is float, because we know that average sometimes, or not sometimes, most of the times average has been found in decimal point value. So that we use here one variable. That variable name is float, right? Okay, guys. Now just we are going to execute this program. Okay. Enter 5 numbers. Okay, here we are providing 5 numbers like 5, 1, the next one 5, next one 5, again 5, again 5. So how many numbers we have provided here? 5 numbers we have provided here. 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, what type of these numbers? These numbers are integer type, as you can see. Why integer type? Because we have provided parameter as an integer. Okay, so the first will perform the addition. Okay, a b c d e b, a b c d e, and then that value means 5 will, first 5 will be stored into a, second 5 is stored into b, third 5 will be stored into c, fourth 5 will be stored into d, and the fifth 5 will be stored into e. So after performing addition, that addition will be divided by that number of quantity. How many quantity? 5. So divided by 5, and that result will be stored into average. Just concentrate. So average of a given number 5. You can see 5.0000. Okay, so this is simple integer value, right? So now here, okay, after execution this program, now here I'm providing some random value 9, 5, 7, 8, 4. Okay, so you can see result. Oh my god, again. Okay, concentrate. Here I'm providing value 9, 5, 4, 3, 1. So result is in, average is in of 4. 3 plus 4, 4 plus 4, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8 plus 5, 14, 19. Okay, 9. So you can see the results. The average is 4, and that average has been stored into AVG variable, and that will be executed. So with the help of these examples, we have proof that the functions with argument and without return value, the functions with arguments and without return value. Okay. Is that clear, or any question, guys? If you have questions, we can proceed. Otherwise, we can take the next example. Yes. Any question from any side? Okay. Have you understood, everyone? Okay. Good. Good. So the next example, the next point, the last point of this lecture, just concentrate. You can see the function with arguments and with return value. Arguments and with return value. To calculate sum of two numbers, again the same program. I'm taking the same program because you can easily compare the same program with one another. Okay. Concentrate. With the help of examples, we will calculate it, or we will understand it. You can see. Okay, you can see here. Functions with arguments with return value. Here arguments are integer. Okay. And the return value is also integer. You can see here. Okay. To wanted to perform addition of two numbers, for that we use two variables, and their results we use one another variable, that is result. You can see printf statement, scanf statement can do their own work as usual. We know that reading and writing purpose. Here results can be stored, okay, by using sum functions. You can see sum function, sum equals to a comma b. Okay, here we are providing value for integer a, and here we are providing value for integer b, and that result, whatever the results has been generated, that result will be stored into the variable result. Okay, line number 16, you can see here, line number 16. At line number 16, you can see we are implementing that functions, and inside that functions we are returning value a plus b. Means a plus b, the operations we are performing, we are conducting inside the function sum, right? So a plus b, whatever the results has been generated by using that sum functions, that result will be stored into the variable. That variable is results, and the program will execute. Okay, just concentrate. Again, we will talk on that. First, we execute that application. Enter two numbers. Here I'm entering number like 8. Another one 8. And you will see the result. The sum is 16. You can see on your screen the sum is 16. So with the help of this example, you can say that with the help of argument list and return value, you can perform these kind of operations. So these four type of operations we have seen, these 4 types of aspects of function calling, you can see. With the help of these 4 aspects, you can execute any program, depends on your requirement. So whatever your requirement, with the help of that requirement, you can complete it. Guys, I will yeah, mute. I will take just 5 minutes for you. Some important instruction by Gotre sir. Sir will take your 5 minutes, and then we will finish that lecture with recalling all the points that we have covered in this 1 hour lectures. Okay, just concentrate. Gotre sir. Yeah, Gotre sir. I think Gotre sir is.
गुड आफ्टरनून सर. सर हम लोग ITSS है, गोत्रे सर शायद नहीं है. We are here.
Yeah, you can just provide your information to the student. Okay.
Yeah sir. Yeah sir.
Yeah, you can proceed.
Yes sir, I will ask my members to join and then we will continue.
Yeah, immediately.
Yes sir.
Yeah. Okay guys, so this is important point. And now this, just within 5 minutes, I will share this whole PDF PPT with your group. Okay, and one another video regarding a variable and its implementation process also I can share today with you, so you can access that variable. Before understanding this concept much more clearly, you just recall your first concept, that is variable concept. So that variable concept, that video I can share with you. Just first understand the concept of variable in deep, then you will get function concept very closely. Okay, so once you understand the concept of variable and function, okay, means that you understand near about 30 to 40% of C programming language. So remaining part, control structures and their implementation, these kind of things completely depends on the variable and the functions. Okay, so wait, let me take first attendance. Stop recording.